going to talk a lot about requirements and architectures today. These are the things that countries need to plan, budget, and then ultimately implement in solutions that are either specific to a country or global shared solutions available to many. How did we get to this 2x2? Now that you understand the four parts of that, let me just draw this out. 5 or 6 years ago, when Thailand, Mexico, and Ghana were brought together with the WHO to basically ask the question, why has information and communication technology, or what we refer to as ICT, been so slow in adoption and impact in global health? And many countries were asked this question. 66 countries, in fact, and all of you in the room were a part of those 66 countries. And what countries said is, we really could use some help. And when countries said, the kinds of things that would be useful to us aren't unique to us. And what we found is that global architectures and plans and designs and standards, we were basically at 0%. When you looked at what was available, there wasn't many things available for countries. So, which meant that countries had to spend 100% of their own money trying to do the best they could. And countries were struggling with this. So as a result, the WHO started an effort to basically say, well, what is it that would be helpful for people? And countries, again, 66 countries joined together and they said, we need help with standards. We need help with data dictionaries. We need help with guidelines. How do we budget for this? How do we plan for this? How do we advocate to our senior stakeholders? How do we get our donors on board? How do we get the resources to do this work? And that started an effort funded by the Rockefeller Foundation that was to look specifically at what are the things that can happen over here, global architectures, designs, and patterns that would be helpful to countries. And what I am just so pleased is that an example of this is the last year, it's behind tab number 4, an example of this is a set of requirements that were developed by JLN members, all 10, by multiple schemes, to basically start down the path of saying, we could do this stuff individually, so we've got individual members over here, but if we work together, we can develop something we can share. What you have in front of you is a year's worth of work that is a good step forward, as you've described for us, to help you with those plans. So here's the question. How useful is that to countries? This is about the 15th meeting that we've had in the last 3 years. And what we're finding is that when done properly, and you're the judge of whether it's done properly, when it's done properly, what people have said is, when countries get together and share, and we extract the common elements, about 85% is common. 85% can be shared, which means that instead of 100%, countries add 15%, roughly, of what's unique to your country. And this is the unique issues of language, culture, payment scheme, policy. These are the things that countries have to do themselves. So the hope is that by continuing in the JLN project for the next 2 years, is that we continue to build what is common and able to be shared so that countries don't have to carry the load themselves.